and welcome to my channel. This is Perfection Art by Tracy, and I'm Tracy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And if you are returning, welcome back. It means a lot to me that you have come back to watch another painting. Okay, as always, full disclosure, I have a couple of quick things that I want to tell you about. So I've seen a lot of artists doing these tree swipes, beautiful tree swipes. Nate Bright's been doing them and they're gorgeous. From my best recollection, the first artist that I personally remember seeing them is Maida from Maida Pours. And she just does a beautiful, beautiful job. Well, I've had this idea in my head. I'll make this part short because it did not turn out at all. We have two big river birch trees in our yard. And if you've ever seen, actually, let me get a piece of the bark. If you've ever seen a river birch tree, their bark is very paper-like. And throughout the year, it kind of sheds. So I had this great idea. I'm going to go pull some of this paper-thin bark off of this river birch tree. I'm going to glue it down on a cradle wood panel to form texture, and then I'm going to do a tree swipe on top of this bark. It sounded like a kind of cool idea. In the end, you wouldn't even know it was bark. Well, anytime you do a swipe, your paints are fairly thin. And when you're trying to hold straight lines on a textured surface with fluid art, you don't get straight lines. And I had reached out to several of my artist friends saying, do you think this is going to work? Should I make my paints thinner, thicker? What should I do? And they all sent me back the emoji of like the thinking emoji, like, that's a good concept, but I don't know if it's going to work. I tried it. I filmed it. It was a flop. It was really pretty. I might insert a picture on the screen for you. Excuse me, pardon me. Of what it looked like right afterwards. It was pretty. I walked in my studio this morning and everything had moved and traveled and puddled and wiggled and squiggled, and you could not tell it was a tree at all. But I had so much fun doing it, and I have leftover paints. I thought, okay, Tracy, experiment, fail, move on. But it was so much fun, I'm going to do it on just a flat canvas, the way it's supposed to be done. So, again, you don't know these things unless you try. And that canvas won't be wasted. I'll let it dry. It still has texture on it, and I'll do something else on it. So no bark was wasted or harmed in the making of that video. So tonight, I'm going to do yet another tree swipe on an Artist Loft Gallery Wrap 18 by 24. Of course, got my back pinned, or not pinned, I've got it up on little tables, but I've got it sprayed so it's tight and taped. I've got all kinds of swiping tools. I've got all different swipers and sizes and palette knives. So we're just going to play. And even though this is the second time I'm doing this, it's really kind of my first, because when I was trying to swipe on that textured bark, my swiping tool was like riding over the hills of the Appalachian. I mean, it just, nothing swiped smooth, and it was just a hot mess. But so really, this is going to be my first time really doing it. Fingers crossed, hopefully the way it's supposed to be done. So I am going to flood my canvas with the black. And I showed you my colors at the beginning, and that's the only reason I'm not going over all of them right now. But as always, if you have questions, please leave me a comment, and I will be more than happy to answer questions. I will talk through some of this video, but during the kind of the boring parts, just so I can speed it up and the video is not quite so long, I'll put you guys to some music during those times. Otherwise, I'll still be talking and sound like a chipmunk. So that could be interesting within itself. So I'm going to flood my canvas and then get started. So stick around. Like I said, I'll pop in if I feel like there's something I need to talk about. Otherwise, I will reconvene at the end and go over our final thoughts. So while you're listening to the music, if you'll take 1 second and subscribe to my channel if you're not already, I would greatly appreciate that. At least give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up tells the world that, hey, I like that video, and the algorithm starts sharing it on more recommendation pages. So that helps tremendously. So thank you so much, and I will check back in just a minute.
While I'm gazing through my window tonight, I'm remembering the things I have done in my life.
You guys can see my shadow, my reflection. Good thing I put on makeup today. All right. That seemed like that took forever to spread out that black paint. Holy cow. Hopefully that's not an indication of the way the rest of this painting is going to go. Okay, so my first color, I'm going to try to get as close to the middle as possible. We're going to assume it's about right there. I'm going to put down the white and per Maida's instructions and put down a pretty hefty layer of white, because that's what is going to kind of pull through to be your, like the trunk of your tree. Okay, and then we're going to do, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I don't know why. Maybe because last night's failed and I blamed it on it being the textured surface. So if this one fails, I don't have anything to blame it on. All right. So now we're going to put down the silver beside the gold. Yo, this is no lie. I have been painting now for probably 3 years. Well, fluid art for 3 years. I've always done some form of art. But I've gotten, fairly confident in what I do. I am really, really nervous. I'm actually shaking a little bit. Shaking in my boots. And I don't know why. I guess just because I really want it to turn out. Because they really are. Oh, please go watch, if you haven't already, Nate Bright's and Maida's. They're just absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous paintings. All right, so this is that cobalt with the teal mixed. You see me? Do you see how crooked my lines are? It's because I'm shaking. I'm sure talking while doing this doesn't help much either. Okay, now I'm going to put down my colors differently. This is that Pearlized dark blue. And then I'm going to put down a little bit of the Chrystal blue. I'm going to go a little tiny bit in the middle. Oops, touch the canvas with the cup. And then just a little tiny bit of Payne's gray. That was a teeny tiny little bit of Payne's gray there. Let's do that again. All right. And then I'm going to go, let's see. I think she did pearl one more time right down the middle. And I think what I'm going to do is a little bit of this crystal blue, one more right down the middle. I'll have so much darn paint on this thing. All right, that's plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Uh-oh, that really shouldn't matter. That'll be a swipe there, but still. Okay. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to take the cake icing spread. Look, can y'all see me shaking? And I'm not a shaky person. All right, put my hand here for stability. Okay, we're just going to take this and very gently lay it right in the middle and slowly swipe out. I don't have enough paint grabbed. Okay. All right. So I think for this part, I'm going to speed you guys up because I can tell right now I'm going to be swiping so slow that y'all are going to fall asleep. So just know that I'm going to put you back to some music, and this has probably been sped up 3 or 4 times, but just know I'm swiping very, very, very slow. All right, I'll check back in a minute.
While I'm gazing through my window tonight, I'm remembering the things I have done in my life. Oh, making 1 or 2.
Well, somehow it appears I had a lot more paint on this side than this side, and my line's not in the middle anymore. But you know what? It's abstract, right? So we're going to go for it. The colors are beautiful, and the reaction is beautiful. So even though there might be parts of it that aren't quite perfect, there's way more of it that's pretty enough to keep going. So, what tool do I want to use? I think I'm going to use this, which is a number 3. Okay. Okay, we can do this, right? We can do this. Sure, we can do this. All right. So, and I'm hoping because I had to swipe so much that I still have enough paint in the middle. We'll see. All right, so we're going to start down here very gently. Oh, I hope I have enough paint. Sort of somewhat make a trunk. I'll have to fix that. Yeah, I definitely have a lot more paint on this side. Than this side. So, the way we're going to fix that, I think, is I'm going to pull more from this side. Yeah. And go up. Okay. I'll fix this in a minute. All right. And then I don't have a lot of paint left down here, so I'm trying to be really careful of where I start. Oh, see, I went to the canvas. Okay. I'll come back and fix all that. I just don't have a lot of paint left down here. Okay. My trunk is going to need some help. You know what? I'm going to try a smaller. Let's try a smaller one. This is a mess. As soon as I can get these few branches established. All right, let's try smaller. I'm gonna, and y'all see how that's all the way to the canvas. I'm gonna break out a popsicle stick because for this, there's plenty of paint up here. Seem to do better with a popsicle stick. See if I can't make something out of this. All right. No, all hope is not lost yet. So, let's see. Guess I have to actually touch the canvas for it to do anything. This is a lot harder than it looks. I will give everybody credit that has done this. If my nerves weren't quite so shaky for some reason, I think it would be a lot easier. I've got some fat branches up there. We got to fix that. All right, we're gonna do something else too. Let's bring some more paint in. Maybe that'll help some. Did y'all see what I just did? Let's see if I can swipe. Okay, ta-da! I hate that I did that, but I'm thinking, what if I swiped it back down? What do y'all think? Tell me. Let's try it.
Okay, that you feeling blue 'cause I'm
I kind of want to do it all over again. I wish y'all were here to tell me what you think I should do. Okay. I think what I'm going to do, this may mess it up, or critical thinking. Because there's so much I love about it. I don't like my trunk. It got muddy. I didn't have enough paint left. So, what if I pour my center colors back here? Hell, sorry, excuse me. Why don't I just pour all my colors back and re-swipe? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm not scraping it. I'm just redoing it. Here we go. God, this video is gonna be 4 hours long.
the sun is so bright now. Oh, it breaks my heart to see you hiding there in the shade.
Try again.
With a smile now, wondering why it took you so long. Life goes on, it goes down, then back up.
All right, we're gonna try something different. I know when Maida did hers, she swiped pulling towards her. So I'm gonna try that and see if that works better for me. So, let's see. What palette? Is that too big? That's too big, I think. All right, we're gonna try. This will be the bottom. This will be the top. I like this better already, believe it or not. So, we'll see. All right, here we go. Oh, come on, Tracy. Okay, okay, yeah. Yeah, you think? I'm gonna go small again. No, maybe, oh, maybe this one. I haven't tried this one. I'll try this. Okay. The key is, I think, or for me, I'm figuring out, is swipe without making mud. We're going down to the canvas. And plan ahead of where your branch is going to be. And angle your palette knife as you come to the end of the branch. Like that. Okay. What are y'all thinking? Yeah? The only thing is, see how I got the gold shining through here? I don't have it here. And that was one thing I loved about hers and the colors and Nate's when he did it. It looked like the moon was shining behind, but we're not done yet. So there's a little bit shining through. So I'm going to do one more here and then I'm going to break back out the popsicle stick. I don't know. I seem to have more control with that. But I am liking this one better. All right. Now, all right, I think what I'm going to do is start without putting any other paint on my popsicle stick. And just, yeah, do some other little lines. And then if I need to, add a little bit of color. Because I know like Maida, she dunked her popsicle stick in some of her other colors just to give it a little bit more definition. And not all, well, I guess no two trees are alike, right? In real life. So, if mine is very different than Nate's and Maida's, that's okay. Let's do a little branch there. It's fun though, once my nerves calm down a little bit, and oh, there I went to the canvas. It's all right. There's so much paint on there, it just flooded right on back in. Yeah, but once my nerves calm down a little bit, now I'm just actually having fun playing. So, and that is what it's all supposed to be about. It's weird, doing it upside down is easier.
Trust me now.
Okay. So my palette knife, I just have the very end of it almost under the paint. Instead of, I think that's what I was doing the first time. I had it angled. If y'all can, let me get a bigger one so you can see. So when I was swiping, I had it, instead of having it completely flat, I had it angled up. Can y'all see that? I can't tell if y'all can see, but I had it angled up like this. So I was almost digging into the paint, whereas now I have it like this on the small one. And so my palette knife, it's almost like it's going under the paint. Can you, then I scrape the canvas. Can y'all see that though? That seems to help on the branches.
I see you walk out of the shade. Oh yeah. Came out. Ooh, it's in the past now.
we can do this. Oh my gosh. I literally was heading downstairs and totally forgot. From here, it's like you can't even see the branches on the phone, but in real life, they stand out tremendously. So I don't know if it's the lighting, the phone, what, but trust me, there's tons of branches. I'll bring you in closer, but I started cleaning up. Oh my gosh, what a mess. And almost forgot to show y'all the close-ups. But if you are still with me, if nothing else, look at all these cells. Oh my gosh, they're beautiful alone. So I think I'm gonna go back next time and do just a simple swipe. But I mean, look at this. Oh, it's just so pretty. Look at all that. Just tons of cells. And there was no satin enamel in this, and there was no 24 karat gold. This was just all the different paints and the metallics with the non-metallics. Oh my goodness, look at this. See, there's lots of branches. I'm going a little fast, but again, it's just, this video is so long. And that just looks like the darkness of night. So overall, there are definitely parts of it that I love. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. Do I need practice on this technique? Yeah. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, to me, that just reminds me like a creepy old tree in the night. So like I said, when you see it in real life, there's lots of branches. For whatever reason, that first angle didn't really show them up, but, and then that looks like the moon shining behind the tree. So, and you know, I was watching, was it Reign of the Witch? Her video today, and she was spot on. You know, she said so many fluid artists, they've honed in on their craft and they specialize in one technique. My overall everyday life personality isn't like that. I'm all over the place. Have you ever read that book, Give a Moose a Muffin? That's my life. I mean, I go to the kitchen to get a fork, and while I grab the fork, I think of the last time I opened up the butter jug and there was fork marks in it. So I go get the butter jug to see if the fork marks are still in it. And then I think, oh, a piece of toast would be good. You get my drift. So that's how I am with fluid art. I'm all over the place with technique. So, so the first time I do one, am I perfect at it? No. But I do keep trying until I might not ever get perfect at it, but I definitely get to where I'm happy. And so I will definitely do this again. Here's another thing I kind of noticed about this that I like. See how like this side of the tree is lighter than this side? And that's where that like moon looking area, it truly looks like the light is shining through on this side of the tree, and this side is the dark. So anyway, are there tons and tons of artists that have done a much better job at this than me? Yeah, but I had fun, and that's what matters, and I'll get better at it the more I do. So am I happy with this piece? Yeah, I am. I mean, it's not horrible. It's definitely not going to go in my graveyard of failed canvases like over there. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much. Again, if you are still with me and have hung out this long, kudos to you. You get the prize. But thank you if you are. I love you guys so much. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please don't base your decision on this video. There are much shorter, better videos than this. But I love you, and I would greatly appreciate you subscribing. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. And again, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. And I link a ton of all the products I use in my description box. I am an Amazon affiliate. It does not cost you a dime, but if you click on any one of those links and you order anything from Amazon, if it's a qualifying purchase, then it goes towards my account, and I'm greatly, greatly grateful. Greatly grateful. I need to go to bed now. It's late. I love you guys. And as always, until next time, bye, friends.
It looks like we made it. Let's get it.